What is up, everyone? My name is Elijah, also known as Octavian World if you follow me on Reddit, and SkyPixel if you follow me on Patreon. Oops, why did I do that? So I'm going to show you guys a tutorial today on how to build an apocalyptic looking skyscraper inspired by Rain World, which is a video game that my brother was telling me about. I've actually never played it, but I've seen photos and it looks amazing. That's what this area of my world is actually all inspired on, is gonna be Rain World. So, all right, let's get into the video. Today, I am playing on Bedrock, and I will be using WorldEdit for this tutorial. There will be a link in the description of this video for WorldEdit Bedrock. So if you are interested in that, you can download it. And also you have to make sure that experiments are enabled on your world, otherwise it will not work. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. So WorldEdit, you can also, if you're playing on Java, you can also follow this tutorial as well, as WorldEdit on Java and Bedrock are very similar, but there are some minor differences. For example, to get the kit for Bedrock WorldEdit, you're going to put a semicolon and then kit, just like that. And now you have the kit. I believe on Java it is a slash, and we're going to give ourselves a command block. If you don't know how to get a command block, you just do slash give @s command underscore block, just like that. We're going to want the repeating command block, but you can just give yourself the command block and then switch it to repeating if you want. But that's how you do it. I already have it, so I'm not going to input that command. But we do need the repeating command block for a reason. I need to get rid of this entire forest. If you don't have any forest cover around for your build, you do not need to do this. So you can skip this part of the video. But until then, I will show you guys how to landscape and get rid of forests easy using the repeating command block. So you're gonna do execute @skin. For me, it's skin standard cust because I'm not logged in and that's my player ID, but it's gonna be your username in these quotation marks right here. And you're gonna do, so anyways, we're gonna do execute your username, run, fill, and I'm going to do a 30 by -1, -30, 30, air, brackets, replace, leaves, brackets, just like so. And we're gonna do shift over, Control C, we want to copy that command, and we'll do always active, and you can tell that it's getting rid of this area. We will place another repeating command block and put that last command you did, but switch leaves to log, brackets, just like so. And beautiful. Now we're going to get rid of this area. And once we get rid of this area, we will start building on our apocalyptic skyscraper. Is we're gonna first build ourselves a little mountain. So we're gonna do the first position set, and then we are gonna grab ourselves a grass block, take it all the way up to about right here. You'll do this, and you're going to do for your pattern picker, you're gonna do grass block, and then you'll just do that as a fill. Voila! Now, obviously that looks absolutely terrible, but not to fret. We are gonna fix this all up and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so the next thing that we wanna do is we wanna give ourselves TNT and flint and steel. I also want to stress that you do have to have cheats enabled for this to work, so make sure that cheats are enabled in your world if you haven't already. Otherwise, none of this is gonna work. And again, you do need WorldEdit for this, so yes. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna place down our TNT, and we're gonna set our pattern to TNT, and we're going to select now this and say all the way down to right here, and we're gonna fill that all with TNT. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna come up here to the very top, and we're gonna copy that. And now we can start blowing up part of this mountain to start shaping our mountain. And we can do that in different areas as well. So as we do this, we can start pasting some of these blocks in certain areas, just like so. Set off. Oops. Set off. Set off. And set off. We want to be able to set our command block here. We're going to paste our last command in, but this time we are going to get rid of this, leave everything else the same, and do stone, brackets, replace dirt. Because what this is going to do is this is going to now replace all of the dirt blocks with stone. Just like so. It will start kind of looking a little bit more like a mountain. Is we're going to select that area right there to, I would say, maybe more right down here. And we're going to do fill with stone. And then also let's get this down right like this. So we can get that all taken care of. There we go. All right, now what we're gonna do is we need to shape our skyscraper because it obviously looks pretty bad right now, if you ask me. It needs some help, clearly. Needs a lot of help, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to take big chunks out of this. So say from there to here, pattern select air, fill selection, and we are going to repeatedly do this until we find a good shape for our skyscraper. So the next thing we are going to do is actually, because now that I'm looking at it, we do need a little bit of our mountain right here. So I'm going to select this and let's say come down to right there and do pattern select fill. And let's just do some of this area. And we'll also do some of this area down here. Oops. Better, much better. After we get our command block here. And we are going to again do stone, replace dirt, and we're going to do fill. All right, so the next step, what we're going to do now is we are going to get rid of our selection, decimal. We are going to start shaping our skyscraper more into the mountain. So like it doesn't look too bad right now, but it definitely needs some work. So we are going to do selection set to air, and we are going to select areas to fill like this. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. So you are just going to do it repeatedly in certain areas. Well, any area really, like it's not particular. And then afterwards, I'll show you what we're gonna do next. But because this might take just a little bit, I'm going to speed up the video here, and then I'll show you what to do next. So you can watch or you can skip this part. All right, everyone, and now we are back. After doing that, it took a little bit of time, but I mean, not too bad. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do some fine tuning in some of this area, and then we can actually start building the skyscraper itself. So what I would do is first, if you have it, get rid of your selection and start selecting certain blocks, or actually build it one by one. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do this. We just want to fine tune the area so it's not super symmetrical. Like you see all these different squares. We want to make it look a little bit more ruined in certain areas. That'll help define this more. And so you can do things like this. I mean, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. And you don't have to do this either, but I mean, those little details, they really go a long way. So I would strongly advise you to do it. But you don't have to, you know, it is your project, so you can do it however you like. There we go. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, so now that we actually got that in, you can kind of tell it looks a little bit more ingrained into the mountain, and that's exactly what we want. I will say that this area is kind of a little bit of a mess. So before we do the skyscraper, let's just get rid of it, because I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, now let's move on to the next portion, shall we? Let's do the actual skyscraper itself. So I'm gonna try to do this pretty fast. I'm not gonna really do a whole lot to the inside, except maybe build some stairs. But other than that, because for the sake of this video, I'm just trying to show you how to build the skyscraper itself. So we're just gonna build the walls, and we're gonna continue to build just basically the shape of the skyscraper and things like that. Because we don't really need to do all the insides right now for the sake of the video. So let's do the walls first. We're gonna do it all in stone, because I'd like to keep a similar color palette for the shape of the mountain. But we can always change the look of the skyscraper itself later on if we want down the road. So. We don't need a million windows either, I feel like, so we can just do some, leave other areas open. I'm going to use tinted glass because I like tinted glass, but you can use obviously any glass that you want. I'm going to do tinted glass. So we'll grab that tinted glass and we'll fill up these windows. And we can now, after we fill out these windows, we can start adding some depth to the outside of the skyscraper, because if you ask me, this looks really flat and we don't want that at all. There's so much dynamic to the bottom of this build. The skyscraper itself also needs to be very much dynamic, and I'll show you how to do that. So now that we got the windows in, we can start adding some dynamic by adding some things like this on the outside. We don't have to do it everywhere, but we definitely want certain areas. All right, let's actually do it just like that, just like so. And now let's do a little bit more by using slabs. I am gonna use the stone slab, of course. I'm using the same palette. So, but of course you can do it any way that you want. And I'm going to just do it kind of like sporadically. Not gonna do a whole bunch to it because this skyscraper is supposed to look a little dilapidated with its surrounding environment. So not all of it is gonna be perfect. That's not too bad. It looks pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to start doing our floor. Well, shoot, we actually kind of need our skyscraper and we need our stairs. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So let's do the stairs real fast and then we'll do the floor. Let's just add the stairs right. Let's just add them here. Oops. And then after we do this roof, we can start doing the, we can start copying our skyscraper up. All right, so next thing what we're gonna do now is we are going to grab a stone block or whatever block you want, it really doesn't matter. And you're gonna come out to the corner of your build. And you're gonna build this upward to about right there. Just like so. I would argue this is what you want. Okay, you're gonna select that. And then you're gonna take this out. Just like that. You want to select this whole area. And now we can get rid of this block and we want to copy it like that. Copied 2,288 blocks. And now we're going to go to our paste function and we're going to paste it just like that. Now, before we keep pasting it upward, because that is the next step, I want to make sure that these stairs are working? Yep, they do work. We can go up and down. All right, so now what we can actually do is we can start pasting this up to, I'd say about that high is good. The next thing, what we're going to do now is we are going to, let's just make one. So what we'll do is I'm going to select this. Let's come out to about right here. Just like that. We want to pattern picker. Fill selection, just like so. And then I would say come back to this point. Fill that selection. Yes, okay, so you know the drill. Let's add some depth to it, and then we can start copying this part up a little bit further. We will also need to, actually, just add that in the back right here. We will also need to, I presume, start adding the stairs too, because we are recopying this area, although we're copying it from up here now. And we also should probably add some windows here. I didn't realize that. We can actually come back in and out. Yep, we're good. All right, now we can select it, sorry, from here all the way out to here. And we can get rid of this. And we can copy 1,664 blocks and now paste. And we go up just as we were doing. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, now let's make it a little bit taller, I would say, and then we can be done with this section of the video. We'll move on to the next portion. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to make it look a little bit more, I would say, cyberpunk kind of theme. We need some more dimension to it. So what we're going to do is, it's not going to be too bad. We're going to do Decil to clear this selection. And now we are going to use our wooden axe, and we are going to fill in areas. So what I mean by that is, for example, we'll select, oh no, we got to go all the way down here. We'll select this. Let's do it to right here. Okay, and one out right here. Yes, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab iron. I really like the iron block with RTX enabled, but without RTX, it's okay. But you can obviously use any block that you want. So set that pattern to that, fill it, good, awesome. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy that, and we're gonna paste it in areas. Make it a little bit taller right here, because why not? And then we'll come down and say to right about there. Yeah, just like so. And now what we'll do is we will use our rotate, and we will rotate it so that we have some in this area too. We'll do it from right there. Rotate again. Make this one a little bit taller. So the next thing that we're going to do after we have some of that in there, because it just adds a little bit more of an industrial feel to it, I think. I like it a lot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit more of that copper. So we'll grab this. That might be fine. So we'll fill that selection kind of like that. Actually, let's do for copper, let's do the regular copper block. Pattern select and fill. Yes, that looks better. Fill selection. Not too bad, not too bad. It just makes it look a little bit more like it has dimension to it, right? That's what we're trying to do. So we'll add another decently, I'd say, big one right here. Let's do it about right there. So fill that selection right there. Say it's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely coming along. We do need to add some towards the top. So we'll do that, and then we can move, let's add one here, and then we'll do some towards the top, and then after that we can move on to the next section. Let's look at it. Yes, looks really good. Obviously there's so much more we could do to it. We can add windows, bigger windows in areas, but for the sake of the video, we are going to actually start doing our foliage. So now let's grab bone meal, because bone meal is a big thing for foliage. We can grab this. We don't need to rotate right now. And then we also need, we need vines, definitely. And we are also gonna need another thing that's really important. We need leaves, but what we do need is we need mangrove leaves, because this is in a mangrove / jungle biome. It needs all that foliage around it, and that's what's really going to make this skyscraper pop out a ton. We are now going to start doing our foliage. So I am gonna really just speed up the video here, because again, we don't need to show you everything, but what you're basically gonna do is you're gonna take your mangrove leaves, or any leaves that you want for that matter, and you're just gonna do this. Yeah, you're just gonna go crazy. Just really freaking go wild, go nuts. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because the art of it will come as you just keep doing it. But I'm gonna speed the video up, because after this we will do vines, and you'll place those everywhere, and then we'll show you the result of that after this is done. So speed up time, let's go. Alright guys, well, look at that. Look at that. That is freaking insane. That is a very overgrown looking skyscraper. So that is it's pretty cool looking if you ask me. I would say let's do one last thing before we call it quits on this video. I would say let's add some trees around it. Not a whole lot, because we don't want to overpower the mountain, but let's add some oh wait, I already had that on there, okay. Let's add some mangrove trees around this, because it is going to be in a mangrove biome. And again, we don't want to overpower everything. So we'll just do some on the side of it. Just like so. Look at that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is freaking sick looking. I will be doing more tutorials on this area of my world. It will be an entire city that kind of looks like this, and it will be inspired off of Rain World. Me and my brother and my sister, my siblings, should I say, are contributing to this project. So yeah, you can watch us build more of it, and I can show you some more tutorials. And if you do like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you could. And if you're interested in downloading this this building, you could just subscribe to me on Patreon, and I believe you can get this schematic, this structure file underneath the glider tier. So if you're interested, subscribe. That would be very helpful. Please share if you could too. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching this video.